Today we're sharing the top 10 things you must know when living in Colorado Springs.
We're talking insider discounts, hidden parks, local breweries and distilleries, and so much more.
These tips will have you living like a local in no time and save you some serious rookie mistakes like we have in the past. First up, let's talk about discount passes. If you're a resident or planning to move here, consider investing in some discount passes. One of the best places to use this is going to be at the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo. With a discount pass, you can save money while enjoying one of the best zoos in the entire country, which is home to over 800 animals.
Absolutely, we haven't been there in a while because our kids are a little bit past the let's go to the zoo on a weekend, but
Right.
We have been there before, and they have gondola rides that will kind of take you all around the park. There's a train ride. My favorite is when they have baby animals out to where you would be able to see them, but my ultimate favorite is definitely like feeding the giraffes because their tongues are so long and it's interactive. It's pretty cool, and they have a ton of different things at different seasons too. Like I know, what is it, Boo at the Zoo?
Which is like trick-or-treating at the zoo, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then they have all kinds of other things. You can actually even rent it for private events too.
Right, and if you're looking to go to the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, generally it's going to be around $30 per day. But if you do a season pass, it'll be around $100 for the entire season. So if you plan on going more than 3 times for the season, you can save a ton of money. Another great spot to utilize discount passes, well, one, if you're in the military, we have discounts for pretty much everything.
Everywhere.
From restaurants to purchases in the stores to wherever you decide to go. But one of our favorites, still to this day actually, because the kids still enjoy it, is gonna be Waterworld and Elitch's or Six Flags. If you're old school like me, it used to be called Six Flags. So kids love going there. You can save a ton of money on those discount passes. Again, if you're gonna go more than 2 times in the season, then you're probably better off to do the season pass versus just paying the daily fee, and you can save a ton of money on that.
Yeah, Waterworld we try to go once a year. It's a little far from Colorado Springs, so it's what, like about an hour and 15 minutes,
Yeah,
I would say. I grew up like walking distance to Waterworld.
She also used to work at Waterworld.
I did used to work at Waterworld when I was 13 picking up trash. And my kids, everybody knows it because I tell them every time that we go, and we go every single year. But anyway, a few things with Waterworld that you can do is go purchase your tickets. And this is kind of with a lot of places I've noticed is that if you go online and purchase your tickets, it will save you some money. And then Waterworld's weird, and they'll run like random discounts where on Pepsi or Mountain Dew cans or bottles, they'll have like a discount on there too.
It's like $5 depending. It used to be $5. I don't know what it was this last season.
I don't remember what it was this season either, but that's always a good way to save some money. And a little trick, which we have not done, but I guarantee next year when we go, buy the bracelet for, I can't remember what it's called in Waterworld. Like it's like a fast pass, but that thing will save you so much because you have to carry these big old tubes up.
Yeah, if you don't want to carry the tubes, what are the 2 rides called? Thunder?
I don't remember all of their names, but it's crazy because you have to take these big old tubes, and so all 4 or 5 people of your family can fit in, and then you have to take them up these really big long hills.
Which is like a mile. Maybe not a mile, but it's pretty far. It's
super far.
Turny, and if you're going June, July, August when you should be going, it's like 90 degrees. It's not very fun.
No.
Another trick though, go on those rides first before you get exhausted.
Yes, but if you get the fast pass, then they have a little conveyor belt thingy that you get to just basically walk. You still have to walk up the hill, but you don't have to carry the big old thing, and then you get right there. So I would recommend doing that for sure.
Another discount at those places is the souvenir cups. If you plan on going multiple times throughout the season, get the souvenir cup. It's $20-25, something like that, versus like $8 for a soft drink. But again, if you plan on going multiple times, it's free refills all season long. So make sure to invest in your souvenir cups.
Yeah, and even if you just have multiple kids, because if you get one for $25, but then you get free refills all the time, it's worth it just even for one trip just to kind of share.
Unless your kids are like ours and won't drink the same drink.
No,
then you got to get 2 or more. So
next on our list is our new amphitheater here in Colorado Springs. This venue has quickly become a hub for live music and events. This is their first year that they just opened. But it provides such beautiful outdoor seating for concerts and performances. It's the perfect spot to gather with friends and enjoy a night out underneath the stars.
Couple things. If you plan on moving here, don't get into the apartments right there because everyone has complained. And within like a 5-mile radius, everyone has complained. So if you don't like loud music, don't move to the Voyager area where the amphitheater is.
However, though, they did do studies. They did soundproof studies that show that it is within the city
it's within
limits.
Regulations. I'm sure they wouldn't have built it if not. Be prepared for weather. Fortunately for us, we were totally fine, but I had some friends go the weekend after we went and it downpoured rain. So if you're going to go to the amphitheater, there are fire pits. It's a super amazing experience, but be prepared, bring your umbrella because in Colorado, anything can happen. So you gotta be prepared for any type of weather at any time.
And the cool thing though with this venue is not only is it brand new, so of course it's like new and exciting and really pretty and fancy, and Colorado Springs has never had anything like it. But it's nice because there's a few different sections where you can get seats, actual seats that are pretty close to the stage. And then the fire pits, those are privately owned, but they do a bunch of resales, and there's Facebook pages that resell all the time on those seats. But that was an experience. I'm really glad that when we went, we did it, because you do get your private server that comes around and there's food and alcohol. And then you have a really nice fire pit. So you stay warm. And you also get to sit, I think it's 8? I think it's like...
At the fire pits?
Yeah, is it 8 or 10?
Yeah.
It's pretty small and local, like chill, just like a really good vibe. And then above that is gonna be more of like your general admission, where there is standing room, but then, or you can sit down, you can bring a blanket and sit down, or there's also seats that are back there too. So it's pretty cool.
You can see Pikes Peak and the sunset in the background, which is super cool.
It's gorgeous.
And then what's the restaurant right next door?
Bourbon Brothers.
Bourbon Brothers. Bourbon Brothers is a great spot. You can park there, walk across, obviously have your dinner at Bourbon Brothers. There's a couple other places that you can go to, but we like Bourbon Brothers. So park there, get your dinner, get your snacks, drink your alcohol over there if you need to.
Yeah, and
then walk on over.
There's free parking, and then there's a bunch of shuttles. So that's really cool too, because there's buses, there's shuttles, there's Ubers that are really close and everything. So it's very easy to use. One thing, I have been to Red Rocks. Red Rocks is another huge venue that we have here in Colorado. What I love about having something local here in Colorado Springs is that you don't have to drive. And even though there's a tiny bit of traffic, because you have to remember there's hundreds of people in this venue, but we were home and we live from that venue, we live about 30 minutes away. We were home within like 45 minutes,
right,
which was amazing, because at Red Rocks, still gorgeous, which is an experience. You have to go see a concert there or go to yoga in Red Rocks, whatever, if that's kind of more your thing, not my thing at all. But
it's like an hour and 15 minutes from Colorado Springs though.
Yeah,
so
probably like even an hour and 30.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a little bit of a
then
drive.
with traffic, you're dealing with all of that. And then just the traffic in that venue though is a pain in the keister, because it is packed, and then you are walking up hills. Like, that's probably one of the worst parts about that venue, but it is absolutely gorgeous. And the sound, there's nothing better than the sound that is at Red Rocks, with being able to overlook the views and the mountains, and the scenery is just gorgeous.
But we finally have live music in Colorado Springs
Yay.
at an outdoor big venue. We have a few smaller other ones that are local, but the amphitheater is definitely a spot that you need to check out if you're in the Colorado Springs area.
And third on our list is going to be highlights of some different parks and recs that we have here. We have over, 200 parks in the area?
We have a ton of parks, but there's several in Colorado Springs that you have to check out. You've probably heard us talk about it, Garden of the Gods. It's one of the most stunning rock formations that you'll ever see. You got to go see the kissing camels. You got to watch the sunset there. It's a great opportunity to do photo shoots we took Kaylee there for prom. Was it
yeah.
prom? You could do prom, wedding proposals. There's all different kinds, family, just regular family photo shoots. So you have to check out Garden of the Gods. It's a walkable trail, it's a bikeable trail. If you get a pass from the city, it's a free pass. You can even go rock climbing there. So if you're into rock climbing, you have to rock climb at Garden of the Gods.
That's a place that we'll always take all of our visitors, all of our family, all of our friends, and it's when we do have clients that move here to Colorado Springs, it's one of the things that we'll recommend that they go do. And it's free, you guys, there's no cost, right? So we were talking about discounts and things to do, like do it. And not one person has ever said like, you were wrong. It's gorgeous. It's breathtaking.
Another great park that you have to check out in Colorado Springs is going to be Palmer Park. This one has some really great trails for hiking or biking, depending on what you're used to. You can do walking trails, obviously. It has some stunning views of the mountains. It's one of the favorites that I think people see here when they come to Colorado Springs because it's very easy. Or if you're into mountain biking, you can do some advanced trails up there as well. So it really just depends on what you're looking for. But Palmer Park is another great spot that I would highly recommend checking out in Colorado Springs.
I think that was one of our first hike was 7 Bridges. But then I think we did Palmer Park like pretty close after that.
Yeah, we have a picture of Nike in that.
Oh, we do. We'll show you guys. I like that hike because it's not super crazy. It's not super advanced, but you can definitely make it as hard as you would like. But it's a good, I'd say, family like stroll park. And they also have, we've done kickball there.
Yeah, there's a little park out before you get to it's Palmer Park, but not on the hiking side. There's a diamond.
Like an actual rec.
A baseball diamond.
Yeah.
And then there's like a little kids park area and open grass. So they have barbecue pits. So there's all kinds of stuff to do at Palmer Park.
It's fun.
Run like the wind.
There it is.
Run, come on, run.
Now let's talk about all the yummy food that we have here in Colorado Springs.
Which is hard to find. So pay attention to this part because if you've seen any of our other videos, we critique the culinary experience around this place. So you gotta know what you're looking for.
The rabbit hole is probably one of the most unique, fun atmospheres that we like to go. We don't go there as often as we would like just because it is downtown and we prefer not to really go downtown unless we absolutely have to.
Yeah.
But it's a cute little date night.
It's a photo booth
Dinner.
or a phone booth, right?
It's a phone booth.
There's a phone booth on the sidewalk, so you kind of have to know what you're looking for.
And then you like walk down.
And then you walk down into this cellar area and there's a bar, there's booth seating.
Make reservations because they don't have a ton of open seating. It's a pretty small, intimate, little bit darker.
They do have a rotating menu, so oftentimes if you find something that you really enjoy, it may or may not still be on the menu in the future. So definitely Rabbit Hole is a spot to check out. Pretty close by to that is our favorite, I would say. The Famous.
The Famous is one of our favorites.
The Famous Steakhouse is one of the best spots in Colorado Springs, in our opinion. They have a piano bar, there's a bar top, and then it's old school booth seating.
Yeah.
Would you
They
describe
have
it
some
any other way?
tables, but it's that's pretty
Just
accurate.
old school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say that that's a little pricey.
Both of these are Rabbit Hole and The Famous.
Yeah,
a little bit pricey.
It's a little pricey. We like discounts, right? We like to save money as much as we can.
And we didn't know about the happy hour until it was gone.
Right. Well, they still have it. They
It's
just
modified now.
They don't have it.
It's
So,
much more modified.
This is why we're doing this video, you guys. So that way you learn from our mistakes and we save you money. So you do have to try out The Famous. If you're wanting to save dollars, go during happy hour. I think that they open at 4. I think it's like from 4 to 6.
Yep.
What we used to always get, we realized that it was on happy hour and we found out about it. And then that next week they were changing over their menu.
It was terrible.
But their martinis are amazing. You get what, an old fashioned?
I usually do. You get that nasty basil drink. She
get-
loves it though.
It's like a jalapeno, basil, vodka deliciousness, you guys. It's so good.
You'll have to check it out.
But
Or
they
you could just
have
get an old fashioned.
their oysters are really good. Sean won't eat them with me, but I'll eat them.
I get the pork belly though. The pork belly's really good. We usually get a ribeye to share. I believe, let me fact check this for you, but I believe the steak is 20 ounces and it's under $70. So for a more expensive steakhouse, you get a pretty big steak. I'll post some pictures of that bad boy because I got about 20 of them.
Yeah, it's really good.
And the experience is great. We have probably 4, we only go there maybe once every 2 months, every 3 months, just depending. But we have 4 servers on a regular basis that we know are absolutely amazing. So those are just the common ones because we typically go on the same day around the same time. So I'm sure the other ones are great too, but if you go there, you will most likely have a great experience.
Yeah, agree.
If you're looking for some cheaper local options, you have to check out our friend Dan at Pies and Grinders. He has 3 locations. One of them's in Monument, One of them is off of Research and Powers, and then the last one is in Black Forest. Dan was actually my first personal training client years ago when I used to run Lifetime personal training here in Colorado Springs. He told me he had the greatest pizza, which I disagreed with before I tried it, because if you're a local, Louis' Pizza is the best, and everybody knows it. So he actually brought in a large 5-meat pizza to the personal training fitness floor and made me eat it on the spot. I was quickly turned, and Pies and Grinders is the best pizza spot and best wings in Colorado Springs. I don't care what anybody says.
Yep.
You got to get the thick crust though. You don't want unless you like New York style.
I was gonna say, unless you're from
She likes
New
the
York,
thicker
Rhode
crust.
Island, all that kind of that area, then you'll really like the thin crust. But I like crust. I like a lot of crust. So those are some of our favorite places. There's definitely a million more, but what type of food do you like? What would you like to experience? Have you ever been to any of those restaurants?
Keep in mind we're landlocked, so seafood here won't be great. You can find some good spots,
It's
but
good. It's just not super fresh.
But it's not Florida good. And it's not super fresh.
Yeah.
So
Or
let us know in the comments. Do you like pizza? Do you like steak? Do you like wings? What are you looking for in the Colorado Springs area? And we will tag a restaurant down below for you so you can go check it out too.
Fifth on our list is a vibrant local brewery scene here in Colorado Springs and distilleries. If you love craft beer or really good whiskey, you're in for a treat. One of our favorites is Private Label Distillery. Not only do they have fantastic drinks, but they also boost a game area, breathtaking mountain views, and so many good cocktails. It's one of our favorite places. They host a ton of private events. That's where we're actually getting ready to have one of our client events in a week.
Yeah, they have their own in-house liquors, which is super cool. They have a balcony on the second floor, which is usually where we host our events. And off the balcony, you can go and look at Pikes Peak, which is super awesome. They have a gaming area with pool tables and other little arcade games. So if you want to go there and have a good adult time, but you want to bring your kiddos, there's a separate area for them to hang out. Keep in mind, like most breweries in the area, this place doesn't have its own food. So occasionally there will be a food truck outside, but if not, you should probably eat before or plan on eating after if you're gonna visit Private Label Distillery.
Yeah, and then we have, for breweries, we have Phantom Canyon.
Phantom Canyon is one of our favorite spots for a brewery.
Yeah.
It has a full restaurant, which is kind of unique, and then on the second floor, they have a whole pool hall. Just pool. Is there darts? No, there's other games. I'm lying. What's that game with the sand? You do the sand and you push the puck. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Shuffleboard.
They have shuffleboard, but a ton of pool tables. I would say at least 10, and you can go and play by the hour, which is super nice. Their wings are really good, beer, cocktails, all the above.
Sean and I aren't really beer drinkers, so we're probably not going to be an expert at being able to give you what beer to try. But there's a ton of other. What's the other brewery that's right off of Powers that we go to?
Rock Bottom.
Rock Bottom Brewery.
Yep.
That's another brewery that also it has food and all that kind of stuff. But there's a tons here in Colorado Springs, which is cool.
Yeah, if you're looking for craft beers or cocktails, Colorado's a great spot. Colorado Springs has tons to offer in that category. So it's something that not a lot of other places have that I've found, but we have tons of them. You can't go probably a few blocks without seeing one.
Yeah, I agree. Moving on to number 6, which is going to be outdoor adventures.
Close outdoor adventures. You don't have to drive too far for these ones.
Living in Colorado Springs means you have access to some of the most amazing outdoor activities right in your backyard. One of the highlights is going to be the Manitou Incline, which we've talked about previously. It's super challenging. It's 2,700 steps that you literally are just straight up. They have this,
it's a whole mile.
They have this half summit thing where you get there and you think that you're close to being up at the top because of the way that
you can't see the true peak.
Yeah.
So it's about 3/4 of the way to the top. And then you hate your life.
It's the false top. So you can, the great thing about that though is that you can, if you get there and you realize that it's just not your cup of tea and you're done and you don't want to do it anymore, they have a spot where you can go right onto the trail right after that.
Yeah, it'll take you right to Bar Trail, but if you go to Manitou, even if you don't do the incline, Manitou in itself is a super unique town. It's right outside of Colorado Springs on the west side. There's plenty of stuff to do. If you're looking for more of like a historic old city charm, Manitou Springs is a super cool spot. And there's plenty of food to eat. There's outdoor adventures that you can take advantage of, do picnics in the parks. There is so much to do in Manitou Springs. But if you're an adventurer like me and you like a challenge, you can definitely check out the Manitou Springs Incline. I'm not crazy.
You are very crazy.
You're crazy.
There it is. Top of the mountain.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Take your time.
Then it is winter now, and so it is snowboard and ski season. Crested Butte, Aspen, Breckenridge, Copper Mountain. Copper Mountain's pretty close. Vail.
There's so many places to snow skiboard? Yeah, to snowboard and ski in the Colorado area. If you are in the Colorado Springs area, you can find some as close as maybe 2 hours away. A lot of our friends that will go up there usually stay at least a night, if not a weekend, but they'll go up there and then they stay and then obviously they drive back. But Colorado in general is a great spot if you're looking to take advantage of some outdoor snow adventures.
And if you are a ski or snowboard like pro or you're gonna go, they have season passes that you can get pretty good.
Another discount.
Yep, another discount. If you are military,
you gotta get the Epic
You
Pass.
get a huge discount. But then let's say that you don't even like to snowboard or ski, but you enjoy kind of that mountain scenery. They have tubes.
Snow tubing?
Snow tubing, yeah. That's on a few different mountains that we have, which is a lot of fun. It's a really good like family thing to do.
Yeah, and then there's sledding too. So even if you're not a super crazy athlete, which I actually suck at snowboarding and skiing, surprisingly, you can go do other things like tubing or slides or sledding. There's so much stuff to do in the snow, even if you're not a snowboarder or ski person.
For sure.
Or you can just go up there and drink cocktails. That works too. All right, moving to something that we do take advantage of on a regular basis outside of the snow is gonna be Pueblo Reservoir. Pueblo is about an hour south of Colorado Springs, closer depending on which part of Colorado Springs you're in. But at Pueblo Reservoir, you can go boating, you can go paddleboarding, you can do all different kinds of things, and it's probably the closest big lake that we have.
Yeah.
So if you like to do water activities during the summer, this is a great place to go. Sometimes we'll even take the camper up there and we'll stay the weekend with her parents because they always go camping, which is super fun. But it's just a really great experience.
It's been, my family's been going camping there forever. But another cool thing too is that they have like cliffs. And so you can cliff jumping, you can jump off of them, which is a lot of fun. Man, I haven't done that for years. I'm way too old. You're never too old, but it gets a little bit freakier the older that you get. When you're younger, there's like no fear of what you're gonna do and how you're gonna land or anything. The older that you get, it's like I feel like I'm gonna like break my neck or something. But
yeah, it was a couple years ago. I went to do a backflip off a paddleboard, which 10 years ago would be no big deal, and I was super hesitant even though I know I was gonna land in the water, which is super crazy. But yeah, the older you get, the more scared you get.
Yeah,
so that's why you gotta go, to stay young.
And it's cool though because that's something that you don't have to, it doesn't have to be a full weekend type thing. You can literally go with just lawn chairs and a cooler for food. Always bring water because it is super hot in Pueblo.
Yeah, Pueblo's a little bit hotter than the Springs.
Yeah, and so you can go and just make it a day trip. Go put your, go swim or cliff jump or just chill. Or you can, bring your camper. My parents have a boat, and so we'll go out on the boat and do tricks and all that kind of stuff.
That reminds me of a time when we used to sleep in the back of the truck bed, which I enjoy.
Not me.
But she won't do it. So I'm curious, if you're going camping, do you sleep in a tent on the ground? Would you sleep in the back of a truck? Or do you need a motorhome with a refrigerator and a bed?
See, I don't.
All the creature comforts of home, which is why you're camping.
I don't so much need it for the refrigerator.
She needs a bed.
And we don't even use the bathroom in our motorhome. We still go to the bathroom at the
campsites.
At the campsite, or we'll sneak into our parents' motorhome and use our bathroom. There's something about like being in not a tent.
And there's something about being in the Army for 6 years with the infantry as a medic where you sleep on the floor all the time that makes you reminisce on the good old days. So I still enjoy doing it. She refuses though, so we always
So we compromise and...
We don't compromise, she gets her way.
I get my way.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Do you sleep on the floor? Do you sleep in a camper? Let us know in the comments below.
Let's talk about the local farmers markets here in Colorado Springs. We have several throughout the year where you can find fresh produce, local crafts, and really good food. These markets are not just about shopping. They're a community gathering spot where residents kind of come together. I have a good friend who plans a ton of the different markets here in Colorado Springs and in Black Forest, and they have tons of different vendors all the time. We'll have farmers that will go out and bring their product. It's a free, fun way to be able to do stuff as a family and then also support local, which Sean and I are super big with. We try to support local in everywhere that we go. But it's also really good to be able to go and just buy like fresh cheese or fresh jams or
I don't know if you guys have watched the news lately. I don't even watch the news and I still saw this, but fruit has now become like straight rubber. Have you seen that yet?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like people are biting into their whatever, you name it, apples, oranges. I've seen watermelon. Watermelon's a huge popular one. And it's literally not edible anymore. So the quality of our food has gone down tremendously. So it's super nice to be able to go somewhere local where you know where it's being grown and you know that it's being taken care of to ensure that you're actually consuming things that you would want to consume. It's just crazy how
processed everything has been.
Yeah. And all the different things that they put in our food. So local farmers markets is definitely a great spot to make sure that you can meet new people and make sure that the food that you're getting is high quality food.
Yeah, and they run from spring to fall for the most part. So there's a ton of different ones that you can do.
Yeah, you're not gonna miss the opportunity to get some fresh food.
No. Now on our list is whitewater rafting.
It's epic.
It's a bit of a drive from Colorado Springs, but the adventure is so worth it.
Yeah, if you guys have never been whitewater rafting, you absolutely have to go. They scale them differently, which I wasn't super paying attention to when we went because I didn't care. I'm all about the most epic all the time.
We also had our 2 kids and they were a lot younger.
But what's great, no, the first time we ever went.
Oh,
so
yeah.
We went to the hot springs.
The hot springs.
We went to one of the hot springs and we were just looking, no plans at all. So we were looking for something to do. There was a brochure for whitewater rafting. You betcha we're gonna sign up. So whatever grade it was supposed to be, the waters were insane this year. And I don't know if it was due to the rain or what, but it was a severe grade above what it was supposed to be. And we actually weren't, as amateurs, supposed to be even on the waters. But that trip was super cool. We did take the kids another time, and they were pretty young at the time.
Yeah, that was what, like 3 or 4 years ago? So
yeah, so Preston was probably around 10.
But they
which
had
is
never,
a great age.
Yeah, they had never went whitewater rafting, and so they had no idea what it was going to be like.
That one was not nearly like the first one. The first one, remember the guy I had to slam him down in his seat?
Yeah, because
They had all moved across the United States, but they all meet up here because they went to college together. So they did a whitewater rafting trip. They may or may not have been drinking excessively before the trip. And this guy flew out of his seat probably 8 feet in the air. I had to grab him by his waist and slam him down, and he was unconscious. And he woke up and said, "What happened?"
But it's so much fun, and what I love about it too is that there are different levels. So like you don't have to go pay attention to that, right? So if you are a beginner, talk to the guide, and you always have a guide with you, so they help you kind of.
They steer the thing and
make sure that everybody's safe as much as they can control. But it's just there's calm spots, so you get to really just enjoy kind of who you're with and the atmosphere.
Yeah, the kids jumped out of the boat at that point when it's super chill waters. You can float for, I don't know, 5-10 minutes at a time maybe, and then you get back in before you hit the rapids. So
yeah, but then like the rapids, I mean, you'll be going and boom, and like all of the water comes and you get soaked and
it's a great
so
experience.
Fun.
You have to do it if you plan on coming to Colorado Springs or Colorado in general. Whitewater rafting has to be on your bucket list.
And you can get really good discounts. If you go on Groupon,
more discounts?
They always do different discounts and stuff like that too. So
last on our list is one of my favorites to talk about because we have so many great local sports teams. Deion Sanders, go Buffs. We unfortunately just missed out on advancing, but CU Buffs is still the spot. More local to Colorado Springs, we have the Air Force Academy.
Yep.
We have the Switchbacks.
Yep.
We have the Marshmallows.
Marshmallows?
Yeah, the baseball team. Name it.
Oh,
Gotta
the
give me one.
Vibes.
Yay, she got one. We got the Vibes. It's a flaming marshmallow. It's hilarious. We actually do another client appreciation event at the Vibe Stadium very occasionally.
They also change their name like every 2 years.
I was just curious if she was going to get it, and I'm super proud of her. She got it.
I know sports.
She knows a little bit. She knows Travis Kelce.
I do know Travis Kelce.
Anyways, back to Colorado sports. Catching a game at a local sports park is super cool, whether you're looking for a hot dog and a beer, just to hang out with the family, or you're actually interested in what's going on in the game, you can't go wrong. Summertime is an amazing time to be a sports fan.
Well, and I don't like hot dogs. Like, they're not something that I'm like, oh, I want a hot dog. But I'll tell you what, when you go to a sporting event, I crave a hot dog. Like, why do I want a hot dog at a sporting event? It's no different than anything else. But I'm telling you, it just tastes different. I don't know. It's weird. It's so weird.
It is weird. Those are some of the teams that you can find in Colorado Springs, and then obviously we have a few other teams. We have the Colorado Avalanche, the Denver Nuggets, go Broncos.
And the Broncos.
We're doing
Go
good this
Broncos.
year. Yay, go Bo Nix. I'm missing one.
Nuggets. Do you use Nuggets?
I think I said Nuggets.
Avalanche.
Maybe I got them all.
Rockies.
Yep. I think I got them
Yeah,
all.
I know-
The Rockies
I
are
know
terrible
sports.
this year. But that's regardless of the point. If you're looking for local sports teams, even in Colorado Springs, you can go to the games, and it's super cheap to go to local games, whether you're looking for the Vibes or the Switchbacks. Those games are super fun, probably within a 10 to 20 minute drive of where you're living in Colorado Springs. And there's always tickets available, regardless of which sport you're looking to attend.
They have a ton of different things too, to where I know the Switchbacks and the baseball team, the Vibes, they all have fireworks and stuff like that on certain days, and it's a very affordable thing to do. And then a hop, skip, and a jump, you can go to more of the bigger sporting events. Now those aren't as cheap. Our family has season
Rockies
tickets
tickets
to the
are cheap 'cause they suck.
Rockies tickets are super cheap.
If you're military and signed up for vet ticks, you can get Rockies tickets free all the time.
But Denver Broncos, we've had season tickets since before I was even born. I remember, well, I don't remember, but my family tells me that I used to go to the Broncos game when I was in my mom's stomach. But those have gotten ridiculously crazy. I remember
True.
when they used to pay like $30, $40 a ticket, and now you can get a ticket for probably like $150. And that's like way up high, but there's still, it doesn't matter where you sit. It's an experience that you have to go to.
The secret for a lot of this stuff, whether you're looking for great spots to eat, sports teams, outdoor adventures, join the Facebook groups. Facebook has gotten so popular, and especially for local different events, join the Facebook groups and you will find everything that you're looking for, from sporting events to outdoor hikes. And if you don't know, just ask online in one of those specific groups, specific to the niche that you're looking for, and I promise you, you'll find the answer. Or use a search bar. Not a lot of people use that, but search for the answer.
Or you can just DM us or comment below and ask us if you're here visiting, if you are looking for houses, looking for different areas. Comment below or send us an email or a text, and we'll kind of point you in the right direction on either how to get a good discount, how to make reservations, where to go. Use us as your resource to be able to help you.
We got you covered.
So there you have it. 10 things that you must know when living in Colorado Springs.
This city is truly amazing, and there's so much to discover. If you're thinking about moving to Colorado Springs, click this video right here, because it may or may not sway you to come or to stay where you're at. We have a lot of different things going on in Colorado Springs, so we need to teach you about all those different things.
If you're considering a move to Colorado Springs or have any questions about real estate, do not hesitate to reach out to us. You guys know we're always available at 719-238-1771, and we're happy to help you navigate your journey and find the perfect home that fits your needs and your lifestyle.
Please take a moment to like and subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification bell. We're constantly releasing new videos every Monday to keep you informed about living in Colorado Springs.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Until next time, embrace the beauty and the adventure that comes with living in Colorado Springs.
See you later.